The idea behind the exhibition, Picasso in Paris, is that a young Spanish artist who was 19 years old, who'd been trained in Spain, arrived as a foreigner, as so many other young artists did in 1900, to see the Universal Exhibition. And within just a few years, we find that he's the leader of the avant-garde. So our idea behind the exhibition is to put Picasso into Paris and see how he responded to the art, to the life, the entertainments, to people, to writers, and to see how this affected his art. What we can tell from the works in the exhibition is that his response was immediate. You see in his very first drawings and paintings that he was looking at artists like Toulouse-Lautrec, Steinlen, and we have good examples of them, but he was turning them into Picassos from the very beginning. This provides a theme that runs throughout the exhibition, and it's arranged chronologically according to the trips that Picasso made to Paris. Picasso's first exhibition at the Vallard Gallery in 1901 was fairly successful. We have a room of pictures that were in the exhibition, and he sold apparently about half of them. But his work began to change towards the end of that year. He was thinking about the suicide of his friend Casagemas, which had occurred in February of 1901. And he started to paint pictures about the suicide, about death. He also began to visit the prison of Saint-Lazare, which had female prisoners. And apparently he was given access to the prison to use the prisoners as his models. So the kind of life of Paris that had characterized his earlier work in 1901 gave way to subjects of introspection and more symbolism. The whole idea of symbolism comes very strongly from French sources for Picasso, from Gauguin, from Puvis de Chavannes, but also from Van Gogh. But Picasso moved into the Bateau-Lavoir, and this began a period in which the influence of Paris also included his friendships with writers and poets like Apollinaire, and most importantly for him, with Fernand Olivier, who became his partner and lived with him in the Bateau-Lavoir and with him until 1912. So he entered into Paris life in a very different way. He obviously began to speak French too. His paintings and drawings reflect that content, and his paintings of Fernand, of other models, including Benedetta Canals, can be seen in our exhibition in a new context, that is the life of Paris models, also the life of the Bateau-Lavoir. The last room of the exhibition shows Picasso in 1906 to 1908, where he's still looking at sources of inspiration, including archaic art, for his own work, sculpture, paintings by other artists. And he's also measuring himself against the leaders of the avant-garde, and at that time they were Matisse and Drouin. So our final room shows Picasso looking over his shoulder at the works by his contemporaries, looking very closely at works such as an Iberian sculpture, which influenced his own formulation.